guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Forex with Temilo. If you are joining this channel for the first time, you are welcome. In this channel we talk about SMC, we trade supply and demand, imbalances, FVG, break of structures, okay? And in this channel most times I talk about GBP USD and Euro USD. Okay, and to my returning subscribers, you are welcome back. It's been a crazy week this week in the foreign exchange market. I've had lots of people come to me in my DM saying, what's up, zones are not being respected, is supply and demand still a good strategy, this and that. Okay, so later on in this video I'll be telling you what to do when your supply and demand zones fail. There's something to be done, okay? And let me just quickly break down this week's trade. Let me quickly do a trade recap. This week I did not really take a lot of trades. I saw the way the market was moving and I was not interested in the price action at all, especially because this week was NFP, the non-farm payroll. So most time when we have the non-farm payroll like this, market tends to not be favorable few days before NFP, and sometimes we might actually have clear price action. Okay, so you just need to follow the trend. So if you watch my last week trade recap, I mentioned that at this particular level of demand on GU, I'll quickly play that video right now so that you can actually recollect. If you watched, I talked about me being bullish on GBP USD. Let's quickly listen to it. For me, I am bullish on GU, and seriously I do not want to take sales. Okay, so now this is Friday today. This is where price is at. So I'm still actually bullish on GU. I'm still expecting these highs to be cleared out, and I'm expecting price to push above into the supply zone that we have right there. As you can see right there, I mentioned it. Okay, so coming to this week, the fact that market was bullish, I was not surprised because that was what I predicted. But I actually did not expect that before NFP on Friday that we were going to break this zone, but we actually did break that zone. So let me just quickly recap the trades that we had this week, coming into this week. If we should go to the 30 minutes time frame, okay, so this was where we left the chart Friday last week. Market was almost getting to this level of supply. So actually for our supply and demand zone, we can actually look for sell trades at this level of supply. But just as you know, like I always say, it's always best to actually wait for confirmation entries. Sometimes you just don't sell at every supply zone and you just don't buy at every demand zone. Okay, so at this particular level of supply, I can understand why a lot of people actually looked for sale, because of course we have the Asian range low, and if we should move down to a lower time frame, we can actually see that we have zones that price can sell into. We have these zones right there, and maybe further into this zone to take sales into. So but coming into Monday, market printed out the Asian range, and as you all know, we always want to see the Asian range high being taken out when we want to take sell trade. And if we should refine this zone to this level of supply right there, you see that the Asian range high was actually taken at this level. So now we'll start marking our structure in order to sell. So this low was the actual low that first push price into this level, so we'll be expecting a break of that low, but markets pushed further, okay, as you can see, creating another low right here. So now for us to take a sell, we need to see this low being taken, but market never took that low. And for the fact that market just pushed that high, I was no longer interested in selling anymore, and that was it. But a lot of people actually took a sell trade right here after market took out this was a low right here, and market actually did create a level right here that a sell trade could have been taken from, and your stop loss at this level, targeting the usual 1 to 3 RR around this zone, or targeting the Asian range low. But as you can see right here, market just tapped into that zone and stop loss was taken at that level. So it was a good thing for me for not taking this trade at all. I was not just interested after this zone was broken. Okay, so let's move back to a higher time frame. So if you took a hit there, it was okay. If your risk management was on point, there's no problem at all. So now, why I did not take that sell was because, for me, remember I said I am bullish and I was not looking to take sell trade. I want to see this liquidity right here being taken out, and that was done right there. So this is how you, I don't know, maybe it's experience that just tells you not to take some kind of trades and just allow and just follow the bigger picture of the set of your analysis. Okay, so you can see that market was gravitating towards this imbalance and supply. Okay, and that short sale was just price coming back down into this level of demand right here to push forward, not a sell per se. So this zone was taken out, and I was unable to even join this buy setup, because if I was going to get into this buy trade, I was actually expecting to buy from this level at least, or maybe from this level right here. But from this level, I was not interested in taking a buy. So moving on to Tuesday now, there was a good buy setup on Tuesday that I was supposed to get into. I actually did mark up my chart, but I never got into the trade. Okay, so this is Tuesday, and I think some of my Telegram channel member actually got into the sell trade. So coming to the chart on Tuesday, since this zone has now been taken out and I was still expecting more push into the supply zone that we have at this level. So on Tuesday now, we can see a break of structure at this level right here, and we can see this demand level right here as well. So jumping down to the 15 minutes time frame, or even to the 5 minutes time frame, you can see that market traded into this little imbalance that we have right here. Market took out the Asian range low, and we are now left with the Asian range high at this level right here. And just like our criteria, when we want to buy, we want to see the Asian range low be taken, we want to see price tap into a demand level, and we want to see break of structure. Okay, so we had like a double break of structure. We had that high being taken out, and we have this high being taken out, and market left behind this level of demand right here. So you can see we had this level of demand at this zone. So I actually did mark up my chart, and I was looking for an entry opportunity from right here. Stop loss at this low. I think on that day I was having like about a 7 pip stop loss. I think my entry was actually on another higher time frame, and I was looking at this Asian range high, but I realized this trade was not going to give me up to the 3 RR that I always look for, because 3 RR will be somewhere around this level right here. And on this particular day, I was not really happy about this setup, because now this means I am buying high, and you know we always want to buy low and sell high. Market has really pushed all the way up from this level to this level, and we had loads and loads of liquidity level that we expect price to push into. So buying from this zone wasn't an A setup for me, even though my criterias for trading were met. Okay, my three criterias were met, but at the same time, I just decided not to take the trade. And I was thinking if we should grab this Asian range high, maybe markets might start pushing back from this level downwards before we then continue pushing up to that supply level that we have on the higher time frame. So because of that, I just decided to fold my hands and just watch price play out. And as you can see, the market actually did run into profit. Was I mad at myself for not taking the trade? Maybe, but at the same time, I was glad I didn't take the setup, because on the flip side, on the euro dollar, market also presented this same setup on euro dollar for a buy trade. But what did market do? Market took out people's stop loss on euro dollar, pushed up again, printed out structure, pushed up again. Market again took out people from their buy setup again, even after having different confirmation entries before finally pushing up. So about 2 times people stop loss, people trading the SMC demand, people stop loss were being taken and market finally bought. Okay, so what if the same thing had happened right here? Okay, so there are times it's better not to trade at all than to have losses and lose your account. Okay, so I decided to just allow the market just run. So I missed out on this nice buy setup, but it's all good. So coming to Wednesday, I also had a nice, so on this particular day, okay, this was not Wednesday yet. So on Wednesday, I think this was past my trading hour already. This was the Asian session, but I knew price was coming into this area for another buy trade. But I was then thinking that if the London session can begin, because I will not trade the Asian session. So I was thinking if London session could come and we could probably take out this Asian range low, maybe I might actually join to continue in a buy trade. But just as you can see, market just continue pushing up on that Wednesday. So no trade for me as well again on Wednesday right there. So it's all good. And finally, let me quickly go to the higher time frame. Let me go to the 4 hours time frame. And finally, we got into this level of supply. I was really happy because I know now I can actually look for my sell setup from this great level of supply. So as you can see right there, I think let me go to a lower time frame. So at this level of supply, I was looking for this right there. That was a break of structure to the downside, signifying that it looks like we are going low. Okay, so actually this was my break of structure right here. Okay, that was my break of structure, and this was my entry. We have that little imbalance, and I was able to get my 3RR setup from right here. It was actually past my trading hour, but because my eye has been on this zone and I do not want to miss out on a sell trade from this zone, I actually got into this zone even though it was past my trading hour. So I did not really expect too much momentum, but then I had my alert set at this zone that if market should fill up this, I think I'm good for the day. And I think I manually closed out my trade when my alert got triggered at that level right there. Yeah, so at that level I just stepped out of my trade. I didn't even wait for the 3RR setup to be actually completed right there. So I just manually got out of that trade and left the market. So now the next day, which was Thursday, I was now expecting that market was going to sell from this level now, because we have now created this level of liquidity right here. And not just that, we had this Asian range high that was now being printed. So on Thursday, I was looking at this zone for a sell trade, but I don't know, for some reason, I think I can't remember. I think I had something to do, or but I remember I did not take any trade on Thursday because now I was seriously waiting for NFP. So I decided I'm not going to trade on Thursday. So on Thursday I did not execute any trade. And as you can see, if I had executed a trade on Thursday, my stop loss would have been taken out. So you should guys learn how to stay away from the chart. So now I was just seriously waiting for NFP because I know the reward from NFP would be really massive. So I just decided not to take that sell trade. And just as you can see, market just went all the way up. And let me now quickly go to Friday on NFP day. So this was Friday. So market has now really gotten all the way up. So coming to Friday, which was NFP, I came on the daily time frame and I cited this level of supply with little imbalance. You can see that at this level right here, there was little imbalance to be filled up at that level. So my bias straight away was for sell actually. Then moving to the fundamentals, I did my fundamental analysis. So for my fundamentals for the non-farm payroll, I checked the last previous figure 229k and the forecast was 198. This one being slightly lower than this. I was expecting a green NFP actually because this was lower than this. So this is how I will normally do my forecast. And for this unemployment rate, I was expecting 3.7, a neutral release. Actually, I did not really focus on this. So my focus was on the non-farm payrolls and the unemployment rate. So I was thinking if this will be neutral and this will be positive, then we should have a bullish USD. So I came to my chart and I marked out this supply level. And moving back now to the lower time frame, you can see before NFP. So this was on just before the London session, and we got into the London session. And of course, we had a buy setup that I also missed on Friday morning. I actually wanted to get into this buy setup on yesterday. So price took out the Asian range low. We tapped into this level of demand. Sweet trade. We had a break of structure right here, and market came back to mitigate this zone. So I was then looking for a buy trade after we took out the structure. I was looking for a buy trade at this level of demand and stop loss at this level right here. So and for me to take price into this zone and for price to take out the Asian range high that was right here. So this was supposed to be just a scalp trade of 20 pips was my target. Yeah, right there. So it won't actually be a 3-hour trade, but because I was looking for sell during NFP, I just knew the London session should be able to at least give us a buy setup right there. But I was actually also having a call with my students. I was having a one-on-one call with my students, and I did show him this level that I was actually looking to buy this. But as you can see, this created some sort of liquidity slash inducement, and my entry was not tapped. And as you can see, markets ran up and I missed another good trade. This week was just not it at all. It was not it. When I'm ready to trade, market is not tapping my entry. Or when I do not want to trade, the market will tap my entry and I'm not in the trade. But anyhow, it's all good. So coming now into 230, which was NFP. So we have now traded into this supply zone, and price was moving gradually and till we got into 230. Okay, so this was 230, I was really happy to see what price was doing. We printed more um, liquidity zone for me to actually take a sell trade. We tapped further into the midpoint of this supply zone that I have marked, and just few minutes to NFP. That was way too fast. Let me pause. So I was now on the 1 minute chart for the NFP, and I was expecting price to at least give me a confirmation entry for me to know this trade is going to be a sell trade. Okay, so now I was expecting before NFP that at least price should come here if we are going to take a sell trade. Okay, fine. If price will not come there, at least to some extent we have this high, low, high, though we cannot exactly see a down candle. But I was like, okay, maybe if we break this big momentum candle down, we can actually have a sell. And as you can see right there, so we never actually took out this low. I said, you know what, my bias is for sell. I am going to take a sell. So I manually got into the trade at 28512. Yeah, 512. I manually got into the trade right there. I did not have a take profit actually. I just because you know NFP we move properly in the direction that it was to go, and I had my stop loss at 28650, which was about 13.9 pips. Okay, so it was just a, should I say, a gamble, because I did not get a confirmation entry for a sell, and I actually just did got into the sell. So this was my stop loss right there, and this was my entry for the sell trade. I and just as you can see, market came all the way down, and I was in massive profits on my account. So, but at some point, I just saw that the market was reversing. What did I do? I decided to manually close when market was pushing back up, and I was able to get just about $36. Yeah, I was able to get $36 manually in profit, and I was happy. I actually immediately closed out the trade, because if I had not done that, my stop loss would have been it right there. I don't know. I think I might show you my MT5 screenshots. You see where I got into, and where I actually exited the trade. So that was it. That was it about the NFP. So I was not able to get a lot of profit. Why did I actually take that sell? Even for the fact that I do not have confirmation, it was just because I did not take a lot of trades during the week, and all my focus was actually on that NFP. So that was why I just got into the trade, because I just because, oh, I waited for you all along from Monday to Friday, so I must get something out of you. So that was why I just actually got into the trade, which was not actually good, but all the same, I'm happy I didn't take a loss. I also did take a sell trade on EU as well. Just like this, I got into sales also on EU, had my stop loss. So I manually closed out both. I was almost over, I think over $400 already when the market was pushing, if not more than that. But because you know it was actually fast, I threw in a standard lot on GU, threw in a standard lot on EU, and that was it. So I was up. Let me see. So if I got in around 512, at the time market was there, so this was over $230. The same thing for EU as well. So I think I was up maybe $500 or even more. And so I did not close out the EU fast, and I had minus $30 on that. But with the GU, I had profit of $36. So that was able to like compensate for the loss on EU. So I ended up with a $6 profit. So, and that was it about NFP, and I still decided to look for sell trade actually again, because now we now add this imbalance right here. Market then took out this structure right here. Then if I quickly go to the 4 hours time frame, if you scroll to the left, is it on this 4 hours? I think on the 1 hour time frame, I'll quickly check the 1 hour time frame. I think there's another zone around here. Yeah, so I think market pushed up further into this supply and imbalance right here. Okay, not properly. So I still was looking for a sell even after NFP, and I actually did got into a sell. So we had a push above this level. I said if market should break this, I'll look for an entry opportunity, which we actually got. So there was a break of structure right there, and I waited for price to come back into this zone, and I got into a sell trade at this level right here. And I actually didn't want to risk a lot. I think I got in with around 0.8 lots, because it was Friday already. NFP has done its thing. So I don't know. I don't even know why I got into that trade. I just decided to just get in. Probably because I didn't make money on NFP, and I targeted 3 RL, my usual 3 RL right there. And market, I waited. I saw what price did at this level, created some sort of inducements right there. And I was like, I'll be patient. Markets will come to my zone. And as you can see, I was tapped in. I was in profit, and I left my chart. I came back. I think I was in profit again. Then at this point when market came back up, I was like, you know what? I think I've had enough for this week already, and I am so done with trading. It's just better to come next week and approach the market with a fresh new mind, enjoy my weekend, and just be done with trading. And I think I manually closed out this trade around this level. I think I will put up the screenshots. I manually exited the trade at this zone. My stop loss was not if nothing was, but I just didn't want to be in the trade anymore. Just forget about trading. And I think at some point I checked again and I saw the market was inside the zone. I was like, oh, thank God I stepped out of this trade, because I would have been in drawdown by now. And I just decided to leave the trade. I was already out. Then I think randomly later at night, I just came to the chart and I realized that my take profit was actually it, but I was not in the trade. And I was so mad at myself. Why did I step out of this trade? I should have just left it. But all the same, this is the reality. This is me being transparent about how your emotions can get the best of you while trading. The psychological aspect of trading. This is me revealing to you how it is. So you can imagine I had almost 2 or 3 setups this week that were profitable setup that I did not take. So for me, I was like, why did I step out of this trade? My stop loss was not it. I'm not even risking that much. Shit happens, right? And I didn't take this sell trade. So that is it, guys. So let me now quickly go to what you can do when your supply and demand doesn't hold. That is risk management, guys. Your risk management needs to be on point. It needs to be on point, okay? So you want to have a particular percentage that you are risking per trade, okay? And I actually did send a voice note into my Telegram channel explaining in details this risk management. So if you are not too busy, you can run over to my Telegram channel. The link will be in the description, and you can check out the voice notes from my channel. I explained in details how you should be risking properly, so that when your zones do not hold, you will not be blowing your account, or you will not even care when you have losses, okay? Because it will just be a fraction of your account that is being taken out. In that voice message, I also talked about traders over trusting their setup. A lot of traders over trust their setup. What do I mean by that? You are supposed to trust your setup, not over trust your setup. So what do I mean? So you might have all your criteria being met. Let's take, for example, you want to take a sell trade, okay? Now you've seen that you had multiple break of structures. Like from this zone, we have a break of structure. Market tapped clearly into an imbalance or supply zone. So we are in a downtrend. So now we broke another structure right there, and market is coming back up into this zone again. You want to take another sell trade. You waited for a confirmation entry inside this zone and decide to execute your sell trade. So this is you now trusting your sell setup. But there are sometimes a lot of us over trust our setup. Then you'll be like, oh, all my criteria are met. Instead of you to risk, maybe normally you always risk maybe 10% of your account or 1% of your account, depending on maybe you trade a personal account or you trade a prop firm account. So most people, when you trade a prop firm account, you mostly don't trade more than 1% or 2%. So let's take, for example, you trade 1% of your account per trade, but because you are now over trusting this setup, because you are telling yourself all my criteria are met, market is in a downtrend, this is going to bang, this is going to be a sell trade, then instead of risking 1%, you decide to risk 3% of your account. Then market does what? Maybe the market reverses on you and your stop loss was hit. So you risk a big fraction of your account on one single trade. Okay, so you don't want to be doing this, because there are times when your supply zones will fail, there are times when your demand zones will fail, but your risk management will allow you to be in the game for so long before probably losing your account. So let's take, for example, you have a prop firm account, and most prop firm, you are able to lose 10% of that account before the account is blown or the account is being taken away from you. So now if per trade you risk just 1% of your trade, so when your supply zones fail, when your demand zone fail, you just lose 1%. You still have 9% to go. Your other trades might actually be a winning trade, and you are able to recover your 1%. By the time you take 3 RR trades, you are able to recover the 1% that you lost on one trade. But imagine now on one particular trade, you decide to over trust your zones and you risk 3%. Some of you might even risk 4% on that particular trade. That way you are losing out on your account. Okay, so you don't want to blow your account, you don't want to over trust your account. So this week has been hectic for a lot of traders because zones were being violated. A lot of people wanted to sell on GU, on EU, because they think over time you've been bullish for too long. So at this particular time, you want to step out of the trade or out of the market. You don't want to trade, especially for the fact that we have NFP coming. Okay, and even when you trade, you want to risk the same percentage over and over and over again. So this is what you should do when your zones fail. Okay, you don't want to risk too much, and by the time your zones fail one time, two time, or the third time, just stop trading for that week, because whatever trades you are taking is, it's going to be a revenge trade. So you step out of the market when your zones don't hold. You wait till another week. Something might be happening economically for the zones to not hold, or if your zones are not holding, you want to go on the higher time frame and go and check exactly what is happening. Why is market not selling? For example, now on this particular setup, you can see the market has been buying for a long. You want to step back and go and look at the weekly, look at the monthly, look at the daily time frame to know exactly what is happening. Why is price doing this? Okay, so those are the things to do when your zones are not holding. You want to be patient, you want to step out of the market, and you want to risk accordingly when your zones start filling. So that will be all for this video, and I hope this video was helpful. I really hope you were able to get something from it.